In this presentation, I'm going to show you how one of our customers was able to improve their ranking on TripAdvisor by over 100 places in just 4 months. My name's James DeCourcy and I'm the founder of ReviewFilter. I've been involved with the hotel business for pretty much my whole life. In fact, I was born into a hotel family, so was taught the trade at a very young age. If you're an independent hotel or part of a small group with somewhere between 10 to 100 bedrooms, then keep watching, as this is definitely for you. There's no doubt that technology has had a huge impact on the hotel business. I remember a time in my hotel when 90% of our bookings came over the phone and were commission free. I also remember that if a guest had a bad experience, they would maybe write a letter of complaint and maybe tell their family or some of their friends. Unfortunately, that time has well and truly passed. Get a disgruntled guest these days and they have the power to share their experience and influence hundreds, if not thousands of people via the various review sites and social media. TripAdvisor alone gets 490 million unique visitors each month. To put that into context, the entire population of the US is only 327 million. That's a lot of people reading reviews. In fact, in a recent study, TripAdvisor found that 81% of travellers always or frequently read reviews before booking a place to stay. It was also found that 79% of people are more likely to book a hotel with a higher rating when choosing between two otherwise identical properties. In the same study, it was also noted that when researching their travel, respondents indicated the most important thing they are looking for when reading reviews is recent content. They want to know that what they are reading is a fresh perspective by a fellow traveller, with 78% focusing on the most recent reviews. This is actually in alignment with TripAdvisor's ranking algorithm, which gives more weight to more recent reviews. There's no doubt that reviews are extremely important, but many hoteliers I speak to say they struggle to get more positive reviews posted online. I had the exact same problem in my hotel, and to make matters worse, I knew that there were some shortcomings with our product. Some of the rooms were getting dated and were due for refurbishment, but we didn't have the budget or luxury of being able to close the hotel and refurbish everything at once. Instead, I refurbished one room at a time over a period of 3 years. The problem with this was that for a period of time I had some extremely satisfied guests staying in the new rooms and some less than satisfied guests staying in the older rooms. It seemed like it was always the less satisfied guests who would find their way onto TripAdvisor, and I knew that this was costing us bookings. I needed to take action as our rating on TripAdvisor was starting to slip, and I noticed that our rank with competitor hotels had dropped a couple of places. It was also having a negative effect on our occupancy levels. I remember the anxiety I used to feel when I got an alert message from TripAdvisor or Google saying that a new review had been posted. Clicking on that email and seeing that we'd received a 1-star review would literally ruin my day. Leaving reviews to chance was no longer an option. I knew I needed to increase the review volume, but at the back of my head I knew that we still had some older style rooms and I didn't want to also encourage negative reviews. That's when I got the idea for ReviewFilter, an automated system that would increase positive review volume for my hotel whilst getting in front of a dissatisfied guest before they reviewed us on TripAdvisor. You see, there are basically 3 types of people when it comes to writing reviews. Type A, they are the avid reviewers. They review everything. Some may even see themselves as amateur food or hotel critics. The fact is that this group is probably more in love with their platform and the status on it. Whatever happens, good or bad, you'll be getting a review from Type A. Type B will quite often write reviews without being prompted. This is especially true if something positive or negative has happened during their stay. Lastly, we have Type C. Type C doesn't generally write reviews. That doesn't mean they never write a review, only that something really exceptional has to have happened for them to write a review without being prompted. The ironic thing is that despite owning a reputation management company and being in the hospitality industry all my life, I find myself as a Type C person. I guess my excuse is that I'm always extremely busy, and unless my experience, either good or bad, varies wildly from what I'm paying for, I'm probably not going to fire up my PC, go to www.tripadvisor.com, search for your hotel and start reviewing it. The reality is that about 80% of your guests are exactly like this. If you do nothing and leave your reviews to chance, the only reviews you'll be getting are from type A and some from type B. This explains why if you do nothing, your review volume, compared with the number of guests who stay with you, will always be really low, even if you are providing a great guest experience. The solution to increasing your positive review volume is by engaging with your type C guests. So how do we engage with these type C guests? Well, firstly, let me tell you what we don't do. We don't ask them to fill out a 30-question guest satisfaction survey. You see, surveys don't work for smaller hotels. The big brands like Hilton, Marriott, Wyndham have thousands upon thousands of bed nights being sold every day. Even only if a few % of their guests bother to fill out the survey, they have enough data to act on. You see, small independent hotels don't have a large enough pool of guests, and conversion rates for surveys are so low that the data will always be skewed. What we do, and what generates a conversion rate of 45% for our hotels, is simply to send them an email that looks like it's come from the owner, director or manager, asking them for their feedback on their recent stay. The link that takes them to a mobile responsive web page where they can rate their stay from 1 to 5 stars, and a text box where they can give us their feedback in their own words. We purposely don't ask lots of questions or make them jump through hoops, because that affects your conversion rate. If the feedback is positive, the next screen they see asks them to publish their feedback by clicking a couple of buttons to TripAdvisor, Google, Yelp, or whichever review sites you've enabled. By making it super easy and asking for the feedback when they're on their device, we are able to get feedback and ultimately positive reviews from more of your Type C guests. However, if the feedback is negative, the guest will not see the option of publishing their feedback to one of the review sites. Instead, they will see an apology that their experience has not lived up to expectations, and will be told that their comments have been forwarded on to the owner or manager, who will be in touch with them shortly. You see, by getting in front of an unhappy guest and letting them know that they will be contacted personally by the manager or the owner, we are preventing them, or at the very least delaying them, from posting a bad review on TripAdvisor. It may not work with your Type A guests. Remember, they are more in love with the platform they are reviewing you on, and they see themselves as some sort of self-appointed hotel critic, but it will work with your Type B and your Type C guests. This two-pronged method of encouraging your happy guests to review whilst suppressing any negative reviews is extremely powerful. The best part is that this process is 100% automated. This system will run 24 hours a day, getting feedback from your guests and turning the positive feedback into positive reviews. But that's not all. During this process, you are getting valuable guest data. You're getting first-hand feedback directly from the guest. You're finding out exactly what they think. Staff members that have gone the extra mile will be named. Maintenance issues will be highlighted. Patterns will start to form, which will allow you to prioritise areas that need attention. All this guest data is stored in the Customer Hub database, so it can be searched, filtered, but most importantly, acted upon. This is the exact same method that DHM used to get their hotel up by over 100 places on TripAdvisor in just 4 months. Remember, most hotels are using low-converting post-stay surveys, or worse still, they are doing nothing and leaving their reviews to chance. Using our method gives your hotel a substantial advantage over the competition. We've really only just scratched the surface of what ReviewFilter can do, but everything I've spoken about is included in all 3 monthly plans. Now, you're probably thinking, James, that all sounds amazing, but I'm ridiculously busy. And I completely relate to that. In my hotel, there were never enough hours in the day. I was always running around fighting fires. And you're probably thinking, I really don't have the time right now to set all this up. Well, I've got some good news for you. If you sign up today, we will include our done-for-you setup worth £199, absolutely free. What that basically means is that we'll set up your feedback request messages and make sure they convert. We'll set up your reminder messages so your guests will get a reminder message if they don't respond to the first message within a specified number of days. We'll set up alerts so you know as soon as you get new feedback. We'll set up your company logo so all web pages and messages match your brand. We'll set up the review sites that you want to push positive reviews to. We'll set up Reputation Tracker to monitor reviews posted on over 20 OTA sites. We'll also set up Reputation Tracker Performance Analytics to track your hotel's performance on over 20 OTA sites. We'll basically set up everything so you can hit the ground running and immediately start to generate more positive reviews for your hotel. But that's not all. I want to eliminate any downside. I'm so confident that ReviewFilter will help your business that if you don't see an improvement in your online reputation within the first 90 days, we will refund all of your money. So, is there a minimum contract? No. We don't lock our clients into a minimum contract. Our clients stay because our product works. Can I pay monthly? Yes, you can pay monthly by direct debit, credit card, or PayPal. How do I get my guest data into ReviewFilter? Well, there's several ways. We've got an API, so we can integrate with your PMS's API. We can also provide you with a special link that can be incorporated into post-stay emails. Or finally, you can import a CSV file of all your guests that are checking out of the hotel. We'll take care of all of this during the setup process. Do you offer support? Yes, we do. ReviewFilter is very easy to use, but should you need it, all of our plans include unlimited technical support. So to recap, if you're an independent hotel or part of a small group, you can get a significant advantage over your competitors by boosting the volume of positive reviews posted to sites like TripAdvisor. Leaving your reviews to chance is no longer an option and will ultimately cost you bookings. Sign up today and take advantage of our special offer, where we will include the done for you setup worth £199 absolutely free. This is a genuine limited time offer. We simply don't have the resources to do this for all our new customers, so act today before we have to pull the offer down. I'd like to thank you for watching this presentation, and I look forward to seeing the results that ReviewFilter will achieve for your hotel.